Hey guys, it's me, Carrie, and I am back with my Monster-Mania pin haul. I was going to do hauls based on separate artists and vendors, but I decided, because I did haul quite a few pins and quite a few other things too, that I'm just going to break them up into all sorts of random videos. But this is going to be a haul of all of the pins that I got at Monster-Mania. I received two as a gift from my dear friend Mary. So they were not actually gifts or purchased at the con. They were just gifts that she gave me at the con, but I'm going to include them anyway, even though they were also in my gifts from Mary video. But I just want to again show you them really quickly. She gave me this fabulous one by a company called Strangler, and it says anxiety on it, and it is pink and glittery, and I wore this on my hat on Saturday when I was at the con and completely like losing my mind. My anxiety was off the charts. I wore this on my hat and I love it so much. And she also gave me this beautiful one from a company called emandsprout, emandsprout.etsy.com, and it is Gizmo, but he's like pinkish red and he's got glitter and he's so stinking cute. I love him so much. I actually, honestly, I also really want to start putting these up on my pin board, so I figured that's why I would do the haul of all the pins in one video so I can put them up. But those are the two that I got that weren't actually, like I said, purchased at the con. They're not from the con, but they were given to me at the con, so I figured I would include them in this video. Then we're going to start right here with Terror Threads, which is a new company to me. I've heard of them for years. They have a very active online presence, but I'm a person that, especially for the first time shopping with a company, I really prefer to see the merchandise in person first. There are certain Etsy shops that I've made purchases from just based on, obviously, pictures on a screen. You know, you're not always going to have the opportunity to get to a brick and mortar store or a convention or a gathering or flea market or what have you, where you'll get to see the merch in person first. But with this one, I don't know. I've just seen so many things over the years that I've loved of Terror Threads. And the shirt I'm wearing right now, it's Dead Hooker in a Trunk, featuring the Saska sisters, who I adore to pieces. They are such wonderful girls and dear friends, and I love them. I got the Saska Dead Hooker in a Trunk shirt from them for $25. My husband got one as well. Then I also hauled, they had a Dead Hooker in a Trunk pin, and it's so cool. And I know this isn't the best light, but the purple in the background is actually got glitter in it. I hope you can kind of see that. But yeah, I love this pin. And the pins were, I hope I'm not misquoting, I believe they were $10 each or 3 for $25. I hope I'm right on that. Then I got two from the beloved to my heart Sleepaway Camp. Felissa Rose is another sweet friend of mine. We have not yet met in person, but I'm looking forward to the day that happens, and I know it will. And we're actually celebrating our 4-year friendiversary on Facebook today, so shout out Feliz, I love you. But anyway, I got these two awesome Sleepaway Camp ones. This is like from the original logo, and I think it is so badass. I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm trying to get different angles so you can really see the detail and the work that goes into them. And this is actually double pin backed, which is super cool. Dead Hooker one is just single pin back, but look at how cool even the cards are that they put them on. I love that. I always save my cards too. And then this third one, this is a massive spoiler, so if you have not yet seen the movie Sleepaway Camp, you may want to just fast forward or just close your eyes for the next few seconds. I'm not going to say anything about it. You can keep the video running and I will tell you when to close your eyes and when to open them again, because if you see this, it's going to spoil the whole entire movie for you. Okay, so close your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes. Keep them closed. Don't open your eyes. I will tell you when you can open them again, but this is the other one that I got. And I love it. And I know Felice was involved with the production of these. Like, she gave her approval. I'm pretty sure she was consulted about the designs. I know she's promoted them and shared them on like her social media because she loves working with the Terror Threads people, and they do such great images of her and the movie in general. And this one again has 2 pins on the back. I hope your eyes are still closed. You can open them now. Okay. But seriously, it's such an epically great classic horror movie, and I had the ending spoiled for me before I saw it. I went to my dear friend Paula's class. She is one of my best friends, and we met when she was my college professor. And at the time, she was only teaching English classes, and I was an English major, so I took as many classes with Paula as I could because I loved her even back then. But she now also teaches a lot of film study classes. And she had me just come in as a guest the day she was showing this really awesome documentary about horror. And I can't remember the name of it. If I do, I will put it in the Dropbox if I can, find it. I have it. I don't have it, I don't own it, but years ago I was able to record onto DVDs before they, wonked out DVD recorders and made it copyright. You can't record anything, unless it's on major networks. Back in the day, you could record stuff legally onto discs, and I have it on DVD somewhere, I'm pretty sure. I just have to dig it up. But it's an awesome, awesome, awesome horror documentary. But again, if you want to not have Sleepaway Camp spoiled, do not watch this doc until after you've seen the movie. But anyway, I found out the big spoiler ahead of time, but I still love the movie, and actually seeing it, other than just hearing about it, you're still blown away. It's just one of the best twist endings ever. And I mean, the movie came out in the 80s, so it's not you can't very easily discover the spoiler ending, but I'm telling you, please try to watch this movie and don't find out the spoiler first, because I think you will really be blown away by it. But anyway, so those were the 3 I got from Terror Threads, and I absolutely love them. Then there's another company that I really, really love called Sourpuss. It's actually sourpussclothing.com. I will post links to all of these companies, including emandsprout and Alex Strangler, which I meant to do after Mary's gifting video, and I forgot to, but I will post every single Etsy shop, or if they have their own website, links in the Dropbox, because I want you guys to be able to purchase from these wonderful independent artists and small companies, because I really love, 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 love the idea of supporting small businesses. I'm trying in my own fledgling way to start one with Persevering Pretties, my bracelet shop that's really just on Facebook right now. It doesn't really have any other online presence. Eventually I may do Etsy, we'll see, but you don't know. I mean, for me, other than YouTube, that's the only money I have coming in, so you don't know. And you're also supporting a dream. For a lot of people, not many can do this as their full-time gig. Some can, but some of them it's just like a side hustle because it's what they love and it brings in a little bit of extra income, but they do it because they're passionate about it and it means the world to them. And I really am such a wholehearted supporter of indie businesses, so please, please, please check out these sites. But anyway, I got 3 pins from Sourpuss Clothing Company, and their pins were only $5 each, which was super, super cool. This one did not come on a Sourpuss back. I'm not sure why, but I thought it was so cute. You look at it from here and you're like, oh, it's just like sweet little candy hearts. But then you look at it up close and you realize it's like me in a pin, because it's saucy, it's sassy, it's snarky, but it's also tries to be kind of cute and kawaii as much as it can be. But I love this pin so, so, so much. And this one is not marked Sourpuss or anything on the back, so I don't know if they actually created it. They probably did though, or if they were just wholesale selling it. But then the other 2 I got, I'm obsessed with. You know me and cats. I got these really awesome cat pins. I'm going to take them out of the plastic bag so you can see them better. Again, $5 a piece, which is amazing. Now, I'm just letting you know these are con prices. Sometimes con prices are cheaper than ordering online, but they probably would be pretty comparably priced on their website. I would imagine it may be $1 or $2 more. I don't know. It may even be less. You never know. But I'm just saying, keep that in mind. The prices may vary slightly if you were to buy from Etsy or from the websites or whatever. But I got these 2 awesome cat pins, and I love them. And these are just single pin backs, but still really cute. And these come on the official Sourpuss backs. And I hope these are stamped on the back. Sourpuss. These are. Okay, cool. Because I like to remember which companies make them. I do, again, I save the cards, but I don't save them on my pin board necessarily. So I like to be able to remember where I got stuff from. Though usually my memory is fairly good at, at things like that. But those are my Sourpuss pins. And then the bulk of the pins I bought were from my dear friends, Joe and Kelly. I freaking adore these people. We've been going to this con. This is our 9th consecutive time at the Cherry Hill Monster-Mania convention. This is the 9th consecutive time we have shopped with and talked with and had fun with Jellykoe, which is the company that his name is, he actually goes by J. Spencer Shull professionally, but his first name is Joe. The secret's out. I always called him Spencer, but his wife Kelly calls him Joe. So it's like, I'm trying to learn to call him Joe, but I still kind of call him Spencer most of the time because I had a cat named Spencer. So Spencer is like a name that just is really, really resonant with me. But Joe/Spencer and Kelly are the most amazing couple. They're both so insanely, insanely talented. And I love them both so much. And I have some stickers that I got that were Kelly's, but these are Joe's designs, these pins. And I will show you the stickers. I'll do like a miscellaneous random stuff haul. I just wanted to do only pins in this haul video. But I ended up getting their pins, again, I believe were $10 each or 3 for $25. But again, that's con pricing. Keep that in mind. But I found 3 that I had to have, and then I went back and I'm like, oh my gosh, how many more do you have currently in stock that I don't yet own? So I was like, okay, there's 4 more, so I picked 3, and I said, you're going to have this other one next time, right? And they're like, yeah, we will. And we've been friends with them for years, and we've bought a lot of stuff, and they were so incredibly generous, and they just kind of quick glanced at each other and like, just give her the other one. So they threw in the other one for me, so now I currently have all of the pins that at least were available at this Monster-Mania, because there were 4 that I had bought previously that they were still selling. Well, 2 of them they still had, 2 of them they don't have anymore. At least they didn't have at the con. But anyway, I'll show you my whole Jellykoe pin collection. These were the 4 I previously purchased. This one they didn't have. I don't know if it's no longer being made or if it was just not available for this weekend. These 2 they still had. This one actually glows in the dark. It's so freaking cool. This is a tribute to the E.T. Atari game and Atari in general. And this one he made for something called the Lowbrow Con. And lower than lowbrow, it says this one is no longer available. It was a limited edition. So I had those 4, and now I have 7 more. So I think I'm up to date on all the pins they currently have available, but I know by the time we go in August, there'll be so many more, and I will buy all the things because I am obsessed with his art is just so whimsical and cheeky and fun, and I literally love everything about it. It's so my style. So anyway, let me just shut up and show you the pins. Okay. This one, he only had a few left prior to the con, and I begged him to save one for me. And this is a new Unikitty, but it's like a kitty corn because it's got a candy corn horn, and I love it so much. I'm in love, like beyond in love. The unicorn kitties, I hope he continues to keep making more. As you can see, I have these 2. I don't know if there have been any further. Ooh, I didn't notice that, because one of Spencer's, Spencer, whatever, one of his kind of trademark things is doing the single fang. I had him do a custom piece of my Spencer, the cat, and he said, do you want the 1 fang or not? And I said, yes, because that's your style. And I'll have to show you guys that. It's on the wall in the other room. But I didn't even notice that the candy kitty, or the unicorn, what was he? Candy corn, Unikitty, I don't know what he was specifically called, but this one has the double fangs, but I love it so much. I'm so glad to have this one now. Excuse me, this one cracks me up. I should be taking these out of the plastic too, actually. Let me do that as I go along, because you can appreciate them a lot more out of the plastic. And I believe each and every one of Joe/Spencer. I'm just going to go back and forth. You know Joe is Spencer, Spencer is Joe. Let's just, you know who he is. But anyway, this is the, I think kitty corn. Maybe he called him kitty corn. I can't remember now, but that's out of the package. You can see that the candy corn is sparkly. Then this one is super sparkly, and it's a little robot. And can you read that? I hope you can. I'm trying to refrain from actually speaking profanity on this channel because I know young people watch, but I have to show it to you because it's so stinking adorable. And the double bird flip, this is me in a pin. I love it, love it, love it. Then, the 1, 2, I picked 3 right away. Oh, and then this was the 3rd one, I think, that I picked initially because it was the very last one they had in stock. I don't know if it means that's the last one they have at all. It was the last one they had at this con. Oh, this one actually is a single pin back. I think the other 2 were both double pin backs, yes. But this one's a single pin back, but it was the last one they had, so of course I had to have this one. And it's donut thing, dough, nothing. Yeah. You get what I mean. He's punny, and they're hilarious, and they're so well made and beautiful, and I just adore them. And then I was like, oh crap, I have to go get 3 more because, you know, I want to have all of the things. So I went back a different day. I think, did I get these on Saturday? Yeah, I think the first ones I got on Friday and the second 3 I got on Saturday. This fantastic jack-o'-lantern with the, is that a cleaver? Is that a cleaver? I think that's a cleaver in his eye. I just love that so much. And I hope you can kind of see that the cleaver is sparkly and glittery. I know this is, there you go. It's really, like I said in my other video, I don't think I said in this one, it's been snowy and gray and cloudy today, so it's not the best light. Not that it ever is, you know, we shoot on a budget here at PerseveringStar, but I hope you can kind of get an idea of how cool they are. Then I got this one, the gravestone that says hop in. I love that. Most of these, this one, I think the jack-o'-lantern, the F's given, and I believe these next 2 that I'm going to show you, I think are still all available in their online store. Not positive, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. The candy corn kitty, I'm almost 100% certain is completely sold out. And the donut thing, I'm not sure. Do nothing, however you want to say it. I don't know about that one. But then we have this amazing bunny flipping the peace sign, which is, again, me in a pin, because sometimes I'm snarky and obnoxious and, you know, sassy. And then other times, well, really all the time, even simultaneous with the snark and the sass, is just a heart that is so fragile and delicate and very easily wounded and decimated. Like, if you look at me wrong, I'll be in tears. So this kind of, it fits me very well too. And then last but not least was the only one I needed still, and out of the goodness of their hearts, because they're dear friends and I adore them, they gave me this one. And this is the pizza one. And it's like pizza, and it just says on his head. So I would assume his name is Pete, because knowing their humor, it's probably supposed to be Pete Za, because, you know, obs, right? If you think that way, and I definitely do, and I just love it. And the pepperoni actually has glitter in it too. Oh, I hope I'm capturing it. But yeah, and there's obviously links, but I will post links as well in the Dropbox. But that, I believe, was all the pins I got. Do you think I got enough pins? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from Joe and Kelly. The 2 that were gifts from my friend Mary, 3 from Sourpuss, and 3 from Terror Threads. And I love them all so, 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 so much. I'm really glad that I bought several of these at Valentine's Day at Target from the dollar spot, because this is going to be all for Jellykoe pins, and it's going to be practically full already just from this trip, if not completely full. And then I can start a Sourpuss one, I can start a Terror Threads one, and then I'll have like miscellaneous ones as well. But I'm so incredibly stoked with these pins. I've told you guys, we don't do vacations, quote unquote, you know, like we don't go to Disney World as much as we'd love to. We don't fly across the country. We don't go out of the country. We don't take cruises. We don't do, you know, we don't do anything else for vacations except twice a year. My husband and I literally drive from Long Island to New Jersey, 2-hour trip without traffic, and spend a few nights in a hotel with an incredible, wonderful group of people at this horror convention. That's what we save up for all year long. I mean, obviously, aside from paying bills and stuff. So, you know, it may seem like, oh my God, you know, you don't have a lot of money and you spent so much. This is like one of 2 weekends a year where I can let myself go a little bit and have some fun. And I know I don't have to justify that to anybody, but I kind of feel like I want to, because, you know, I'm completely honest with you guys about everything. We don't have a lot of money. Most of the stuff you see behind me is stuff that I've had for dozens of years. I mean, I'm literally 44 years old, and if you can see over my right shoulder, yes, right shoulder, so it'll be on your left, way back there in the corner, there's a lamp, and it's got a white hat on top of it. That is a Disney hat that I think I got when I was 7 years old. I don't throw things away. Anything that has the remotest bit of feels, I keep. It's part of my illness. It's part of my depression and anxiety disorder. Having things and purchasing things is one of the few things that brings me joy and satisfaction. But then I deal with guilt and remorse afterwards, because I go, oh God, did I really need that? I have piles of stuff all over the place. Where am I even going to put it? You know, I don't have a substance abuse issue, thank God. I don't have any other types of addictions. You know, I don't gamble in excess. I gamble maybe once a year if I get to a casino. You know, I play the slots for $20. I don't, you know, I don't have any other things that I do that could be negatively connotated, I guess, other than shop. And thank you again, Lord. You know, I mean, it's karmic, but it's also my choice. I'm not in any type of debt. I live at home with my mom. My husband and I live here, you know. We pay, you know, utilities, we help with bills, you know, but we don't have any debt, you know, we don't live beyond our means. This is the one of 2 weekends a year that we can kind of say, okay, just deep breath, exhale, and we still don't spend to excess. Like, I mean, the autographs alone and the photo ops, if you were to take a table photo with celebrities at this convention, I would say the bare minimum you pay typically these days, with very few exceptions, is $20 or $30 just to literally take a photo with a celebrity with your own telephone. And you don't walk away with an autograph. You don't walk away with anything tactile that you can touch. You just have a photograph, a snapshot you took with this person. So you could easily go cuckoo crazy just on that at the conventions. And we paid for one table photo, which included an autographed photo from Sharni Vincent, who is now just such, I feel like she's a heart sister. She's an absolute love, one of the sweetest, most sincere, most wonderful people I've ever met at this con, who I really feel like I connected with on a heart level. We were happy to pay $30 for that. We have 2 really great photos with her, and then we have the autographed photo that she inscribed to us, and that's a memory that I'll hang on to. That was $30 well spent. But other than that, we didn't pay for any autographs. We didn't pay for any photos. We bought things. We bought merch. We had fun with the vendors instead of, you know, spending on the celebrities. And we went to several celebrities' tables. We had some great encounters. We did do VIP tickets, so one of the perks of that includes getting to go to a VIP party on Friday night where there's a free ice cream bar and beautiful cakes that, you know, and soft drinks, and that's all included, and they have a DJ that plays music, and all the guests are invited. They come if they choose. Most of them don't, but if they do, you occasionally can get a chance to, you know, interact with them there. That's where I first my husband spotted Sharni before I did, and we had the most beautiful conversation, and she took a photo with me, and I took a photo of her and my husband, and that was free of charge. And we just had a blast with her. We met Suzanne Snyder and Grant Kramer from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And did we meet anyone else? I feel like we met one other person. Maybe not. I don't remember. But like those are priceless memories, and they were free memories. I mean, we paid to get into the VIP party because it was part of the perk of VIP. But the point is, we bought merch instead of doing celebrity stuff. But we did go to several actors' tables and just give them hugs and shake hands and just tell them how much we admire them and appreciate their work, and we're glad to have them at the con. And I'm going to tell you a little quick aside story, even though this was just supposed to be a pinhole, because it's kind of funny. Excuse me, sniffles. Richard Dreyfuss was here. And Richard Dreyfuss, I mean, hello, Richard Dreyfuss. You know, he's not just iconic for, you know, horror for Jaws, but I mean, the man has been in and done like countless amazing, incredible performances. And on Sunday afternoon, when things were a little slower, still kind of crazy. This was definitely by far the busiest of the 9 cons we've been to of Monster-Mania. But it was a little slower, and, you know, it wasn't too cuckoo crazy at his table. I said, honey, I just want to go say hi, you know, shake his hand, maybe see if I can give him a hug. So it was really cool. We went over, and his handler asked, you know, what did we want to purchase? And we said, we just want to say hello, if that's okay. And they were like, okay, you know, just kind of shuffle over if you don't mind so we can, you know, make the next sale. So we waited our turn, and, you know, we were both just giddy because we're so in awe of, you know, someone of, you know, Richard Dreyfuss's stature. You know, he's not your everyday celeb. He's like an icon. So I said, would it be okay if I give you a hug? And his agent stepped right up to me and said, sure. And he went to put his arms around me. So I said, all right, big guy, bring it in. And I gave his agent a big hug. And then, you know, Richard Dreyfuss said, sure, come on back. You know, he was sitting in a chair, and he stood up and he gave me a really warm hug. And I stammered out in my classic, oh so cool Carrie style, I'm so excited to meet you. And he's like, really? You're excited to meet me? And I was like, oh God, I'm an idiot. But it was really cute. He was laughing with me, not at. And I said, yes, I'm very excited to meet you. And he's like, well, that's because you have excellent taste. And I said, well, clearly, I mean, look who I married and look who I'm fangirling right now. So I started getting my cool, my cool points came back a little bit, and I sort of redeemed myself. But I will always now have the memory that cost me absolutely nothing for the rest of my life of telling Richard Dreyfuss I was excited to meet him. So yeah, way to go, Carrie. Open mouth, insert foot. But anyway, I thought that you might appreciate that story. So anyway, guys, again, I'm just in awe of these fabulous pins, and links will be in the Dropbox for Alex Strangler, emandsprout, Terror Thread, Sourpuss Clothing Company, and of course my dear friends Joe and Kelly of Jellykoe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. There will be more vendor hauls coming up. I need to take a shower. I need to get this hat off my head and wash my hair. But I love you guys so much. I really hope that this was fun for you. And again, I will at some point be shooting a, follow-up to my initial thoughts on the con haul. Thoughts on the con experience. Because I admit I was really stressed out, really upset, highly emotional when I shot my previous video. And I stand behind what I said, but if in any way, shape, or form anything came across as an attack on anyone personally, in particular the wonderful Dave Hagen, who is the promoter of the con, and his sons Douglas and David, that was not my intention. I was really upset. I was really highly emotional. Nothing was meant with malice. It was just truly, truly, truly how I felt in the moment. And if anything is perceived, if this gets back to them, if they watch the video or the video is shared, please know that I adore you guys. I was just highly, highly disappointed at the Q&A panels. 5 of 7 were canceled, and that's one of the highlights. That's the main reason, other than the VIP party, that my husband and I buy VIP tickets, is because you get reserved front 4-row seating. And that's sometimes the only chance we get to take pictures and take video and be close to some of the stars that have crazy 3-hour lines. So we were really sad about that, and we were really emotional, and, and I was hurt. And if anything was said that is perceived with malice towards the Hagen family, it was not my intent, I promise you. I love these guys. They work really, really hard. This is not their main gig. These are guys that work full-time jobs, that do this on the side because of the love of the con experience, the love of horror, the love of the horror community. And mistakes were made. They would be the first to admit it. Everybody, but everybody's human. We all make mistakes. And I know that they will learn and grow from this experience, as we all will. And we'll pull back together. Families fight. Families have disagreements. But you know what? That doesn't mean we stop loving and caring for each other. So if this somehow gets back to them, and I hope it does, and if they do have any hurt feelings about the previous video, please accept my humble apologies. You know I really care about you guys. I've only met Douglas and David I've only, had limited experiences with, but Big Dave, as his son, his son Doug likes to call him, Big Dave, is a man that I just think the world of. He's just a lovely, kind, gentle soul, and I really do, I know that, when we went to his table on Sunday, when things finally started to slow down a bit, and we had a chance to breathe, and he had a chance to breathe, before he said anything else, the first words out of his mouth were, I didn't know. I think that things just spiraled out of his control, and it was, it was such a jam-packed A-list event, more than any of the other cons had been. This is my personal thought. This is based on nothing but my own personal opinions. I honestly feel like Dave probably reached out to several A-listers all at once, and probably didn't expect them all to be available, and miraculously they were. And at that point, it's not like he's going to say, oh, well, shoot, we already have, 3 big names, can you come another time? He said, well, shoot, I'm going to jump on this now. They're available now, I can get them to come now, the fans will love them. So there were about I would say at least 6 major headline A-list stars that were at this event. He's certainly not going to say, oh, well, you know, now that I've got you to commit to come, can you maybe come another time? He was going to jump on that chance. And I think it just got, you know, things maybe snowballed a little bit. Again, I don't know. I know nothing about what goes into running a convention. I could only speculate, but that's my personal opinion now that I can take a step back. And as far as the whole Q&A thing being canceled, you know, that was just a hot mess. And maybe, you know, different choices could have been made. But you know what? Hindsight is 20/20. The fact is, I will be going back to the con in August, even though in my last video I said that we probably wouldn't. Because in spite of everything that went wrong, and there's always little things that do, you know, the world's an imperfect place. What keeps us coming back is the people. And it's not the celebrities, although that's like an added awesome bonus. But we've made so many con friends, we call them our con family now, including Dave and his sons, that, you know, we consider them part of our con family. Those are the people that keep us coming back. That even if, God forbid, you know what hits the fan and we have to take a couple hours break in a hotel room, maybe we go in a hotel room and hang out with some friends and just catch up and have good conversation and have a few drinks and chill out or whatever. Or maybe we go take a little nap. It feels like the end of the world in that moment, but ultimately it's not the end of the world. And I think the fact that my husband and I don't do pro photo ops, it's just not something we're interested in. So we avoided the chaos that was affiliated with all that. Made, you know, the con experience a little bit less insanely hectic as it was for some other people. And I fully respect that a lot of people paid a lot of money for pro photo ops and things didn't run as smoothly as they wished that they had. And there were a lot of mistakes made there as well. And again, not pointing fingers, there are a lot of fingers that, you know, a lot of spoons stirring that whole brew, you know. There were a lot of things that could have been done better. There always are, but people learn from their mistakes, and I'm certainly not a perfect person. I'm always willing to turn the other cheek, you know. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me type of thing. But I'm certainly going into this with an open mind and an open heart and love and appreciation for the hard work that does go into putting this con together. And I know I didn't, so this, I really don't have to actually do a separate video talking about my post-con feels because I kind of segued into it now. It's really not worth reiterating again, but I was just on a tangent. The Richard Dreyfuss story just got me going on a tangent, and, you know, I figured I'd just keep going, so I'll change the title of this video to Pinhall, I guess, and Monster-Mania 39 post-con review or something to that effect. So, believe me, I understand that people are still angry and people are still hurt. I absolutely 100% get that. I am not saying that anybody did everything perfectly. Mistakes were made, and I believe that the Hagans would be the very first people to acknowledge that. They have apologized on their Facebook page for, you know, things not going as smoothly as they could have. And I know they're probably beating themselves up and kicking themselves for, you know, oh gosh, woulda, coulda, shoulda, wish we'd done this differently. Maybe that would have worked more smoothly. But it's a learning experience. We all learn and grow every day. We're all only human. So nothing but love for my con family, for each and every vendor, for each and every guest, for each and every person that works behind the scenes, including the unpaid volunteers that, you know, really had a rough time this past weekend. I know they did the best they possibly could under the circumstances. Nothing but love for everyone involved with this con and all the con goers. And I'm so incredibly grateful for the new friends that I made and the friends that we knew in the past, maybe just by faces, that we got to spend more time with and now know by name. And we have more friends on our Facebook, so we can keep in touch beyond just the 2 times a year that we get to see you guys. And that is a gift in itself. I'm so stoked about that. Friendships were made, friendships were solidified, and that is why I love this con when it comes down to it. The guests are a bonus. They're a big bonus. I'm not going to lie. The Q&As are really special and fun for me. And unfortunately, the Save the Yorkie auction that they typically hold every Sunday was canceled. That was canceled by the Save the Yorkie people, and I don't know why that happened. That was a bummer, too. That was just kind of like, oh, man, after the Q&A cancellations, but at least we have the Yorkie auction. I was like, no, that's not going to happen either. So it was just a lot of things that ultimately didn't work out ideally, and some, you know, were a bit of a shit storm. And I know I just said shit, and I said I wouldn't do that because kids watch, but sometimes I'm gonna just let a curse word slip through because it's really how I feel. But yeah, I don't know. I know that everybody's got a lot of different feelings. I hope, excuse me, that everyone, when they get home, can just take a step back and think with maybe a clearer head, not so caught up in the emotion of things, and realize that nobody is out to harm anyone. Nothing was done with vindictiveness or selfishness or cruelty involved. I know damn well that Dave Hagen founded this con as a tribute to his father, God rest his soul, who shared a love of horror movies with him. And, you know, he would never, ever, ever, in my opinion, and with all the, you know, the knowledge I have and experience I've had with Dave, which granted is a lot less than some other people may have, but I feel like I know this man pretty darn well. I know damn well that the last thing he would want is for his father to say, I'm not proud of what you did. And I don't feel that his father would. I feel that his father would say, son, you did the best you could. You always do the best you can. We just learn from our mistakes and we do better tomorrow. So Dave, like I said, if by any chance this gets back to you, know that Brian and I really love and adore you, and we have your back. You know, we always will. We'll always be behind this con and the magical, incredible experiences and connections we've made through it, and will continue to make through it in the future. So anyway, I know. I'm shutting up now, I promise, guys. But thank you for watching. To all of my new subscribers who may have just joined me because of my Monster-Mania comments the other day, welcome to my channel. You'll see that there's a lot of separate playlists on this channel. It's really very diverse. I cover everything from toys that I collect, to lip balm reviews, to in-depth conversations about my personal dealings with mental illness, depression, and anxiety. My personal instance, my husband suffers from bipolar disorder, to Dollar Tree hauls, to random rambles about whatever crosses my mind on any given day, food tastings, book reviews. You may not necessarily be into every video that I post, but if you go through my playlist, you can see that there are separate ones that you can go, oh, I'm just into the Monster-Mania stuff, or maybe I'm just into, like, you know, the mental illness stuff. Maybe that's something I can relate to. I don't necessarily want to see Carrie try a new lip smacker. You don't have to watch every video I post. Believe me, I don't expect anybody to watch every video I post, but I hope that there's something here that grabbed you. I mean, obviously there's something here that grabbed you. I hope there's something here that will keep you here, because I am nothing if not a genuine, honest person. I pride myself on that above all else. You will never hear bullshit on this page. I will never blow smoke up your ass about anything. I will be honest and sincere with you. And if I ever find that this is not fun or fulfilling for me, or I ever feel the slightest bit tempted to even twist the truth or alter something or filter something that may be uncomfortable, that's the day I stop doing YouTube. There's plenty of channels where you can find that. But if you want to stick with somebody that's always going to be real and honest and truthful with you, you're in the right place. And I hope you'll stay. All right, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Thanks for bearing with this really long, rambling, winding road of a video, but it felt important. It was, again, I went with my gut. It was intended to be something. It turned into something else. That's going to happen sometimes, but I'm really glad that I was able to say everything that I said. And I hope the people that watched that other video will watch this one as well. And, you know, yeah, shutting up. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. And I will be back soon with more stuff. Bye, guys.